So today is the vlog for April 3rd, and I don't remember what happened today because just the last hour has been enough for me. Um, I am on Discord with a number of my friends that I play World of Warcraft with, or some of them don't even play anymore. It's just we formed a pretty tight knit community while we were playing the game together, and we like to keep in touch with each other. One of my friends is a young man who lives in Australia. He goes by Poe, P-A-U. He's got a Twitch channel called Poe Plays, and he's trying to keep with that as much as he can. And I wish him all the luck. But Poe has some anxiety stuff in his life. I think he might need to take a medication for it, but it makes him. It's just a neurological thing where he gets unreasonably nervous, he gets unreasonably anxious, and he starts to worry that he's annoying people, and then he takes that into himself, and it makes him feel bad, and it creates this terrible feedback loop where he feels really bad, and then he's afraid that it's affecting other people, and it makes him feel worse, and it just feeds off itself. And online we do what we can. He's a great guy. He's got a huge heart. I mean, you can tell just from how much he, despite everything that goes on in his life, he reaches out to other people, and he's a very positive person when it comes to other people. He's very much about bringing other people up, and he's just fantastic. But he got frustrated with the situation tonight and quickly closed out of Discord. And of course, that made us all very worried. And we spent a bit of time contacting some sort of wellness service in Australia, which obviously is on the other side of the international date line. But thankfully, and I can't stress how happy enough, he's fine. He just got really mad and he needed to step away from Discord. And in my own small way, I wonder if part of what I said tonight, I got offended on behalf of some people who weren't around to be offended for themselves, which is never a good idea. It's something I harp on other people for, and so I should be doing it a lot less myself. And I hope that the negativity I was bringing to that situation didn't contribute to how bad he was feeling, because he didn't do anything wrong. I would say that deep down inside, I'm a pretty good person, but I would also say that I struggle a lot of the time to be a nice person. There's a reason I've got this grumpy cat persona that everybody likes to joke about at work, is that, I don't know, I think somebody once said I don't suffer fools well, which seems silly. I don't know anybody that loves suffering fools. So it seems like a weird saying, but to be perfectly honest, I know this is just a vlog, and I don't know if I necessarily need to bare my heart to the tiny audience of internet people who occasionally read these things or watch these things, I guess. Within the last 3 or so years, 4 now, I guess, I've had a couple of my friends pass away. One passed away. I call him friend. I wish I'd known him better. I worked with him closely, and he passed away while he was on the project that we were working on. He had a heart condition, and one night he went out dancing, and he danced a little too hard. His doctor had warned him not to get that physically active, but he loved to dance, and it killed him. How can someone have a big heart and a weak heart at the same time? I mean, I guess it's not that unusual. Anybody that ever met Andre the Giant would tell you he had one of the biggest hearts out there, and it still failed him. My other friend who passed away actually committed suicide many years ago. He was a fellow who suffered from lupus, which is a very painful degenerative disease that makes life very difficult, and one day he decided it was too difficult and he ended his own life. And I was very People, they talk about stages of grief, and I don't know if maybe I just never went through all of them, but it's one of those situations where even in my other friend's situation, who I couldn't do anything for his heart, but when things like this happen, you just start to say, what could have I done? What could have I done? What could have I done? I didn't contact anybody in Australia to help Poe out. And I don't know if that just means I'm lazy, or I felt like I'd already done too much to make the situation bad, and I was afraid I might somehow make the situation worse, even though I'm sure my friends would tell me I had nothing to do with the situation. But it's rough. It's rough when you lose somebody. I don't want to lose anybody. My grandmother is 97 years old. She's not going to be around forever, but damn it, I'd love to have her be alive for the rest of my life. I'd love nothing more than to find somebody I truly love in a romantic way and get married so that she could see all of her grandchildren married and happy in their own lives. But I have not met anybody that I felt strongly enough to do that with. Maybe someday I will. Maybe I won't. I hope I don't disappoint Grandma June in not succeeding in that endeavor. But I think the successes I've had in other parts of my life outweigh that particular, hesitate to even call it a failing. But what should you take from this? Well, I always end these with tomorrow will be better. And I think it will. I think if you let yourself live one more day to see what happens, it's worth living that one more day to see it. And that's part of why I say it all the time, is for my friends. Yeah, the friends that I can't be around to tell them that anymore. So I'm telling anybody who finds this video on the internet, anybody that's had a rough day, anybody that thinks that there's nothing out there, there's nothing left for them, I argue against that. I think you should give it one more day to see what happens. It's that promise of something new, the promise that something might be different. And even if it isn't, there's a day after that, and there's a day after that, and it's a day after that. And for the people that really do care about you, I beg you, please, give it one more day. Always just give it one more day, because tomorrow will be better. I'm Eric Spornitz, and I'm signing off. And Poe, buddy, it gets rough, but give it a try, and tomorrow will be better.